Right on. Hi, everybody. It's me, Ken Levine, coming live to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. My time right now, it's 3:45. It's August, what is it, August 5th? I don't know. I just know all the days end in a Y. You know, that's one of the joys sometime of working from home. You kind of lose track of days. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing this hangout to you guys right now, though, is I'm just straight annoyed. You know, this isn't going to be necessarily the friendly Canadian up north. This is going to be more of the Canadian up north that's really annoyed by people not smart enough to recognize the difference between a blogger and a researcher, someone who's educated, someone who's not educated, someone who's building a business, someone who's actually educating you on a business. And it's really frustrating to me because I know the reps, I know myself personally, like all of this nonsense is out there and it's creating a mess for us. There's so many more of my friends and family that should be part of this opportunity, but they're too blinded by Google, and it's sad. So I'm doing this hangout today because I'm exposing the BehindMLM guy. I'm sick of his tactics. I'm sick of it. I've told you guys what he's doing. I've said to you, he's a blogger. He makes money. This is what he's doing. He's successful. I've done like 4 or 5 YouTube videos on this guy already. It's not my first time talking about him. It's going to be my final time, though. It's going to be my final time, because here's the thing. What makes me sick is I'm about to put you guys in a screen share, and you're going to see I have a bunch of tabs open. I made this guy money. I made him like probably 20, 25 cents because I actually went to his stupid blogs. But this way I can show you guys, that way you don't need to. And then you don't need to give this guy money, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be making this guy more money. I'm not trying to draw any extra attention to this loser. I'm just exposing him for what he is. But I need you to know, every time you go to this guy's page, he gets paid. Whether you read it, whether you don't read it, whether you believe him, whether you don't believe him, whether you comment to tell him he's an idiot or you comment to tell him he's a genius, he gets paid, period. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys right now. So let me jump this over to screen share. And I'm not going to waste time either. Like, you know, I'm guilty of making hangouts that are too long. This isn't going to be one of those. This guy has wasted too much of my time already. And I'm just going to make it so here he is. So here he is, guys. So first things first, let's just talk about this right off the bat. BehindMLM. Okay, like look at this guy's logo. He has money symbol and teeth. Do you think this guy's ever gonna have absolutely anything good to say about any MLM? No. He is never pro anything. Just so you know, this guy is never pro anything. But when you have a label like that, or a graph like that, or sign, I should say, well, what of course you got to say, you're eating money. And look, I was talking to a smart guy, and he was saying, you know, MLM stands for many lose money. And it was the funniest expression I've heard, because it's so true in a lot of MLMs. But there's opportunities. This is just, it's amazing. But now I want to show you guys, though, this BehindMLM. Now look, today's August 5th. You can see on my computer here, August 5th. This is what he's already done today. He's did some spiel about that. He's did some spiel about that. Oh, now let's go to August 4th. So August 4th, he talked about that. Then he talked about that. Then he talked about, oh, now we're on August 3rd. Okay, August 3rd, he's talking about that. He's talking about that. Now on August 3rd again, he's talking about this. This is all this guy does. Just like you go and you work a job, that's what he does. This is his job. He makes a bunch of blogs, he puts a bunch of opinions, and he sells you advertising space. And then as you can see here, if you click older entries, look, page 2, again, August 1st, you know, and here's just a bunch of stuff. Now we're at July 31st. We're still on July 31st. We're now at the 30th. 3 things on the 30th. On the 29th, he does 3 different things again. You know, you click older stories again, bam, now you're on page 3. Same nonsense. Look, July 28th, July 28th, July 28th. Holy smokes! For a researcher, this guy sure has 1,000 hours a day. This guy has 1,000 hours a day. There's no question in my mind. Because look at how much knowledge he has. Look at how smart he is. Oh, look, on this day, he even had the time to do 4. Look at that, July 28th, 1. And then 2, 3. Yeah, look at that. He even had 4 to do on this day. This is what this guy does. And I want to show you guys where this guy started, though. So if you go to page 206, this was this guy's very first thing. Look, even his very first one has 95 comments. I want you guys to pay attention to comments for me, okay? Whenever you see this little thing right here, look at comments. Anyways, though, so his very first article, guys, this is his very, very first one. And look, this is what I'm going to show you. And I hate doing this because I'm about to make money. Ugh, I don't even want to click this. Fine, I'll click it. look, what's going to happen? An ad's going to get generated at the top, an ad's going to get generated in the middle, and an ad's going to get generated at the bottom. And I'll show you. Here's the ad at the top. Where are you, middle ad? He always has a middle ad. Where did it go? Oh, sorry, it just hasn't formulated on my computer yet. But this is where the middle ad usually shows up. You can see the blank space. And then he has one at the bottom as well. Right here, another ad. Look, guys, just like signs, you know when you're driving down the road and there's signs on the side of the road? People are paying for that advertising space. People are paying for this advertising space. And this is what this guy does. He sits back at his house. He does all of this nonsense, throws all this opinion out there. He actually takes others' words, others' opinions, turns it into a blog, makes money off of it. You know, in a really, really dirty way. He has a very smart system. You know, like, I don't respect him, but I kind of respect him at the same time because he has put together a really smart system. But his problem is he's affecting my friends and family, and now he's pissing me off. And this takes us to page 69. Okay, so this is the very, very first article that this douche did on OneCoin. Okay, and I need you to know something right off the bat. OneCoin wasn't even real until January 15th. As far as I'm concerned, this was an idea, this was a vision, this was like a lady trying to do something. But when the coin started mining in Hong Kong in the middle of January of 2015, that's when this became a business. However, this guy is obviously, this is what he does. He looks for all the up-and-coming things. All of the up-and-coming things. So that's how he knew. So I'm going to be straight with you guys. I'll follow this guy for a different reason. Right, just got to remember I'm on that tab. Where's his page 1? I will, every now and then, come to this guy's page 1 just to see what he's bashing. You know, like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I'm not going to try to lie. But the thing is, though, is knowing that this guy was bashing OneCoin from day 1 before it was anything, and that's his style. He bashes it while he still can. That's this thing. You got to understand that. So on September 23rd, when this was a brand new company, yes, there is no information. What are you talking about? Like, she's not even really knowing the total approach on September 23rd. You know, like, this was sure she was talking to people. She was trying to get the ball rolling, and that's how this guy somehow figured out about this. But there you go. And I want you guys to see something, though. This shows the popularity, though. Oh, where did that go? How did I get off that page? Oh, sorry, I forgot I was on that one. Okay, so, sorry, guys, I just got to go back to where I was. Where did the OneCoin one go? July 23rd. Oh, on this one. Sorry, guys, I apologize. There we are. So now I want to show you guys, look, and he has little files. Like, see, look, here's the OneCoin file, but look at that, 701 comments. That's what I want to show you guys. This is why this guy has a bunch of things out on OneCoin, because it's generating a lot of traffic. But look at some of his other stuff. I forgot to show that to you, so I'll go back here. You know, like, and these are, you know, leave a comment, no comments. Oh, I guess this one has 51 comments. So look, he's going to be all over this one more. This one's getting a little bit more traction. He'll pay more attention to this than he's going to pay to this. Because look, there's no traction happening. This is obviously creating traction. And right out of the gate, OneCoin was creating traction because he was using good buzzwords and people were searching OneCoin and so on. Look, 701 comments, own little category. And all of these they have, like this guy, for example, they're the Telex free folder, you know? But if you click the OneCoin folder, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just tell you. I'm going to go over them all one by one. I'm just going to go to the first one. There's 7 different blogs. There's 7 different nonsensy things that this guy has out there right now. 7 different nonsense articles about OneCoin. And again, I'm not trying to bring attention to this, but I'm just so sick of people trying to educate me, thinking that they're smarter than me. And I am far from the smartest person. Do not get me wrong. I got a lot of education to learn. But when it comes to OneCoin and whether or not this is a Ponzi scheme, whether or not this is a scam, whether or not this is real, yes, I know more than you. And I'll argue with you about that. Reach out to me on Facebook. You prove to me how much you know. I'll prove to you how much you know. And then you'll join your sponsors team. I've been through this conversation countless times. I'm making this video right now because I'm sick of this conversation. I'm sick of helping my team and going over the same conversation over and over. So here you go, guys. I'm just doing it all in one. So the #1 blog right here. So this first nonsense one. This was done September 23rd. I already went over this one. Pretty much the gist of this one, guys, is he's talking about OneCoin before it's anything. you know, and you know, I hate to give this guy more money. God, why did I click continue reading? But that is the gist of it. He just goes over it, the one blah blah blah. It's really just absent in the US, remember, because we all know this was absent in the US until Sal, Maurice, and Bob blessed us and brought this to the US. It was absent in the US. You could have brought this to the US behind MLM. But you did nothing. You're too busy bashing it. While Bob, Sal, and Maurice, they got behind it, and look at how many people now are making money off of OneCoin. Don't worry, he's making money too, and that's why he doesn't care. This is supposed to be an ad. Here's that middle ad I'm talking about. And where are you? Oh, this was a long one. And here's that bottom ad, you know? And I want you guys to know something too. I'm going to expose this too. I'm going to expose this guy for exam in this way too, because I firmly believe this guy has like 30 different accounts. Like, look at, I just want to show you some of these names and just try to remember them, okay? Because you're going to see they're very common. Like M Norway makes a comment everywhere. Albert's not as common. Frank, I see a lot. There he is again. Where are you there? There's Doctor, there's Oz, there's that Kang Jang guy, Angeli, Frank, and I'm going to show you, and just so this is this thread, but don't worry, you're going to see that these comments are in almost all of these ones. But that's what this guy does. He creates his own buzz. He's a really smart marketer. So he gives you a bunch of nonsense to read, and now you read a bunch of comments. But I've done live videos already where I've commented to this guy, and none of my comments have ever showed. He's very selective of who he allows. Only if you play into his little ballpark. When you want to say the truth, he doesn't let your comment be there. And that's his style. So look, that's 1 of 7. So that's that one, and we'll deal with. The next nonsense. Ruja Ignatova's OneCoin Forbes cover was a paid advertisement. I've already done 4 different YouTube videos on this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have 4 different videos dedicated. It's like 7 hours. That just proves that this is just complete nonsense. This was exposed by somebody who was ripped off by UToken. She's trying to do everybody a good favor, and she feels that OneCoin's a scam, so she thinks there's a relation, and she felt she's doing a good deed. Whatever, I'm not even gonna go there. Watch the videos; they're a lot more opinionated and not as nice as that. But long story short, though, whatever. She sent him a message. He turned it into a blog. All right, and that's this one. But look. This is just nonsense, because sure, if you call Sports Illustrated and you say, hey, was that bikini girl on the front cover? They're going to say no. But if you say, hey, Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, was this girl on the front cover? Then they'll say yes. You got to call the right publication. And that's pretty much this, that they just turned into something that's way bigger than it is. But just another nonsense thing. This another one, OneCoin investment warning issued Bank of Hungary. This is complete BS, because when you go to this article, you're going to see actually what Bank of Hungary is warning about is actually cryptocurrency as a whole. And it's actually Bitcoin. And the fact, though, that OneCoin and Bitcoin are in the same little, I feel honored, I am blessed, I am bragging about the fact that bloggers are now putting Bitcoin and OneCoin in their nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what any bank says as far as that goes too. So that's just a different story for a different day. But you know what, though? This guy made his blog and he made his comments. And look, that's other nonsense we deal with. OneCoin under police investigation in Finland. This one I love. This one I love, because back when this article was started, there was 1,500 signups in Finland. There's now over 5,000 signups in Finland. So sure, is the FBI of Finland, I don't remember what they're called. It's FDI or something. But anyways, FBI, think of USA FBI. The FBI in Finland is investigating OneCoin. And they've been for the last, I don't know, couple to few months. And guess what? Dr. Ignatova's still not in handcuffs. This makes me happy. Guess what? Finland had 1,500 members. Finland now has over 5,000 members. So they're not stopping people from signing up in Finland either. But it is true, and he makes a blog about it. It's just more nonsense we need to deal with. Next nonsense one. Siva Canada returns OneCoin donation, severed ties. And guys, I have a video for OneCoin, the Finland one. Find it as well. Like, go to my YouTube channel. I got a video dedicated to this. Go to my YouTube channel. I got a video dedicated to this. Anyway, Siva Canada returns OneCoin donation. Siva server. This one pisses me right off. And these losers, and they are, I know I'm not being nice to them no more, because they still haven't taken that stupid thing off of their website. And as a Canadian, I am so angry that they're so stupid, because I'll tell you what happened. I talked to them. I had a great discussion with the lady. It got nasty in the end because I got nasty, but it wasn't nasty at the beginning. But for long story short, I called them. I was a concerned Canadian. Okay, I'm a concerned Canadian. Please tell me what you know that I don't know. I'm getting my friends to sign up. I'm getting my family to sign up. I'm pushing this worldwide. My name's behind it. You guys got to know something. You guys cut ties with OneCoin. What do you guys know that I don't know? And I came to them as a concerned Canadian. 20 minutes, they admit they don't know nothing. They went to Google, and this is why. They had got 2 different checks from OneCoin. The first check from OneCoin, they cashed. The second check, well, that check was after the May 15th Dubai event. And she wouldn't tell me how much it was. She gave me all this stupid political spiel. She can't disclose the amount. But I know that they're one of 2 charities. And I know a lot of money was raised at that Dubai event on May 15th. And when Dr. Ignatova sent that check to these people, guess what they did? They went to Google. They seen all of this nonsense. They are a reputable company. I love what they do. I love what they do. And obviously Dr. Ignatova does too. That's why they're one of 2 charities. But they got a fat check from Dr. Ignatova because of that May Dubai event. And then they do their research, and I wish you could see me because I'm doing my fingers like, but they go to Google and they decide, well, you know what, maybe we won't put our name associated with OneCoin because of the bloggers and because of their stupidity. Not because of OneCoin, not because of Dr. Ignatova, and not because this is a scam. Because of the bloggers and because of, I don't want to be mean. I did a whole video on that. Another not nice video. Gosh, for being a friendly Canadian up north, I do got some unfriendly videos out there. And this is going to be another one. OneCoin USA. Now look, guys, July 7th. So we're getting a little bit more recent. OneCoin USA launch. A total flop. Okay, first things first. The launch of the USA was July 4th. So this is 3 days later. So who the hell are you to call this a total flop? A. B, the USA's market is growing actually really well. You know, rather than, here, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. You know, I don't want to guess numbers, guys. I'm not one to guess. See, these bloggers, they talk out of their ass. I don't talk, oh, sorry, they talk out of their butt. I don't talk out of my butt. Here, let me just go into an account and let me confirm here. And I'll tell you how many people are in the USA. And remember, this just got opened up to the USA on July 4th. Now, it's been going in July USA prior to that, luckily. And that's why there's some people that really, really got lucky. You know, the ones that took a risk. Where are we here? So I got thrown off in my brain what I was even coming here for. Oh, yeah. Okay, and you're going to notice right here. Here we are. Holy smokers. United States is up to 13,000. I didn't even know that. That's awesome, guys. See, like these guys, oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm so glad I didn't guess because I was going to say like 5,000. Seriously, I was going to say 5,000. And so I'm very glad to see that this is catching up. Yeah, this is good. And where's Finland? Where are you, Finland? Holy smoke, some countries have jumped up. Finland, 7,800. I told you they were up 5,000. That investigation started when Finland had 1,500 members. And why? Why did it start? Because OneCoin blew up in Finland. Finland's a population of 5 million-ish. Okay? And all of a sudden, everyone's signing up for OneCoin. And that's why the police did investigate. So no big deal. The fact that Dr. Ignatova is not in cuffs, that's fantastic. So anyways, but yeah, so now you guys can see. So, you know, like I said, I don't assume stuff, and I'm glad I didn't, and that actually, just so you guys know, isn't even everything. Here, let me show you everything, because you got to add this other 4,000. So 4,000 plus 30. So, you know, 17,000 people, that's blowing up, because I'll tell you this, recently that was at 3,000 to 4,000, because I was going to assume 5. So yes, so as far as I'm saying it's a total flop, yeah, obviously not. And I kind of just proved that right there by going into the back office and showing US signups. But I will say though, I wanted to touch on this because I actually didn't realize USA is flying the way it is. And I was going to blame you. It's your fault that the USA is not going the way it's your fault that thousands of people have not already made tens of thousands of dollars. It is your fault. And that goes back to September 23rd. So, hey, you buddy, take ownership for this. And then after this, put ... because of my opinion. Because you're not doing any help for the US market. And his final one, July 26th, guys, look at this nonsense. OneCoin hacking. I didn't even know about this till today. Support problems and exchange closed. And you know what angers me about this one? And I'm going to let this guy make his 0.1 cent, you know, because he's selling me his advertising space when I come here. Is you know where he's getting this from? OneCoin reps. This makes me sick. And I'll tell you something. The back office exchange, sometimes I go like this. I click this. Come on, hurry up, computer. And then I click mining. Or sorry, I apologize. I click trading. Okay. And sometimes I got a little disclosure box that comes up right here. And it says exchange closed for, I don't know, 13 hours, 7 hours, whatever time frame. But guess what? When they open again, when they come back on, they're live. My coin value increased. The mining ratio changed. So yeah, they do that because we get audited. Things happen. So that makes total sense to me that they pause, they figure out the numbers, they push play. But we have OneCoin reps that whine about this, give more fuel to this guy's fire, and here we are. Give me a break. And now I want to show you guys this. Remember how I showed you the 7 different articles? I want to show you some similarities. Sorry, I'm just kind of going here. I just don't want to go too far. All right, perfect. So look at the dates, everybody. September 23rd. September 23rd. September 23rd. September 23rd. September 23rd. On the same day that all you guys are getting your research from this guy that is so smart. Like, this guy's way smarter than me. This guy knows for sure that you're getting scammed compared to me. I'm definitely getting my mom involved with this so she can be scammed. That's my intention. I read this guy's article. I read this guy's article before I signed up. So I guess I'm trying to scam people. No. I just know a blogger when I see a blogger. Anyways, though, now here's the proof. I've always told you guys this, but now I'm proving it to you guys. On one day, this is what he was bashing. Nothing's good to this guy. Okay? Now, let's go to our next day. Where are you here? So May 7th. So this is the second article on his Forbes. So this same day, he bashed that as well. He bashed that as well. He bashed that as well. And I want you guys to know something. Remember this DFRF. Remember the Zeke receiver. Remember all of these things because he does the same thing. It's like he has a cycle, you know, and OneCoin, we're in a cycle. Like a day's going to come around. He's going to find some nonsense and he's going to make a blog about it. So here's June 11th. Here's his next little nonsense. Look, again, UFun also is on June 11th. Oh, Telex again on June 11th? Oh, this guy again on June 11th? Okay, now let's go to our June 20th. I'm telling you, this guy has like, every 13 days, he's going to bash these same 4 companies. June 20th, now he brings up the Finland thing. Oh, look, Telefrex free. Again on June 20th, he's talking about them. Oh, on June 20th, again. Oh, sorry, that's a repeat. Huh? Sorry, I apologize, guys. June 20th, this was a new one. But, of course, Zeke Rewards is back on June 20th. You know, and I'm not even going to continue because I don't want to open up more because when I open up this guy, you can see here, like here's another thing he's making money off of me. And I don't want to make this guy no more money. But what I do want to show you is I just want to bring you to some names. Look, M Norway. You know, like, and you guys read this like, oh, look, there's so many different people. Haas. These are familiar things that you're going to see in a lot of these now. Anyway, I'm really just going to scroll. You guys can even pause. Actually, well, that one just seems to be a lot of the same person. Let's go to this one. I haven't even went to this comments yet. I don't know what I'm going to see, to be honest. Where are we here? Come on, hurry up. Where's the bottom? Who we got here? Angeli. That's a very common name. Oz, K Chang, Ramesh, CC, Oz, Angeli. You know, and look, though, look, I know they're not common names to you yet, but look, we'll keep going. Oh, here's K Chang again. Here's Oz. There's Haas. There's Angeli. This is what I'm saying. This is just one guy that has a bunch of, oh, Angeli, that has a bunch of profiles. He talks to himself. Then we have, oh, Blue, his name gets common. M Norway. He's like some of these people are real. Don't get me wrong. There's because he does let, if you feed into the fire, he will post your thing. But when you're someone like me saying you're an idiot, buddy, come do a live hangout with me, you wussy. He doesn't post that one. So let's go here. Let's find another common name. Oh, there's Angeli. Every single one, I guarantee I'll find a common name. One of the names that I've already pointed out. Oh, M Norway. Andrew. Andrew's a common name too, actually. I should have mentioned him. You know, I don't know, guys. You don't even need to watch this anymore. Just so you know, I'm just now at this point, I'm done. Like, I'm just really exposing this guy. Angeli, Oz, M Norway. Like, look, and these are all these different blogs that you guys go to thinking that this guy's your hero. And then, look, I want to go back to his very firstest one. Where are you, buddy? July 12th, 2009. Let's remind ourselves of these names. There's Oz. Where are you here? The Truth, Oz. Do we got any other ones? Martin. Let's see here. Do we got any things? So I don't know. I guess maybe back then, I guess on day one, maybe he didn't start doing this on day one. You know, and I guess we got to remember too, day one. This is the thing. You got to remember, this was the first one he did. This is when he realized, holy smokes, I can make money doing this. And he hasn't stopped. Since July 12th, this guy makes daily nonsense blogs that bash everything. That's all he does. He does daily nonsense blogs that bash everything. So simply put, you know what? I can see the chat. You know what? I got the OC Dream Team chat open right now. If you guys have any questions, fire it off right now, because simply put, like, I'm talking any questions because I don't mind answering questions live. But I really am ready to wrap this up. You know, it's simple put. I don't want to talk about this guy anymore. I didn't even want to talk about this guy this long. But it's just, when your friends and family come to you with this guy, just send them this video. Just say, wake up. Do you think I'm an idiot? Anyways, that's all I have to say. I don't see anybody typing. So you know what, at that note, I'm just going to wrap this hangout up. I know the time frame's already longer than I intended it to be. Thank you very much for your guys' time today. But yeah, you know, now you got this link. I'm going to put this link on my YouTube channel. So feel free, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll be all over my Facebook. So you can just copy it there. And yeah, share with your friends and family. Like, let people know that they got to realize what they call research is just somebody making pennies. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Simple. You're not paying for the product, you are the product. Thank you very much for your time. I'll end it at that note. Bye for now.